With Diablo 3 effectively on life support in maintenance mode, and the imminent release of Diablo 2 Resurrected and Diablo 4 right around the corner, it's safe to say that even Blizzard and the developers have hung their heads in shame and admitted defeat by quietly trying to move on from the massive failure of Diablo 3 while salvaging the Diablo franchise, leading to another major blunder in Diablo Immortal. The announcement was met with shock and disgust by fans everywhere who had already had their hopes of a good Diablo game crushed once, and now had to endure another humiliating display of corporate greed. So what happened? What went wrong? Where did Blizzard lose its way in the development of Diablo 3? Let's take a closer look and examine all of the things that came together to create what should have been an amazing game and turn it into a piece of garbage. What if I told you you were playing a game that was developed and tested by the game developers' mothers, and that it was dumbed down and made easier because they could not figure out how to get to the first town? What if I told you that Diablo 3 at one point had skill trees and passives and skill points and stat points? What if I told you that skill runes were droppable items that came in various tiers that you could trade as a form of currency? And what if I told you that at one point you could have 7 active skills? What would you say to this? In this video, we will investigate what happened to Diablo 3 using old developer interviews, old footage, and my personal knowledge from following the development of the game daily for almost 4 years from announcement to release. And we will also discuss why Diablo 3 ultimately failed to live up to its predecessors. The first area we will discuss will not be the game mechanics, the itemization, the character customization. It will be a much more core aspect of the game, and that is the story. One of the areas that Diablo 3 ultimately failed the most was the story and the overarching theme of the game, as well as the way the story was told.
Nephilim, fool. Arrogant Nephilim.
Nephilim.
Nephilim. Terror. Terror. Terror.
Have you had enough yet? Oftentimes, one of the biggest complaints of Diablo 3 is that it is not quote-unquote dark enough, or that the colors are too WoW-like. The screen is too lit up. The whole screen is visible. And while I do agree with these critiques on the game, I don't think that is actually what is causing
Destroying the stone is
people
no
to feel
simple
like something
matter.
is
There are
off
rituals to consider.
when
You must
comparing
return
it
to
to
the keep
Diablo
and make
1
our
and
final
Diablo 2. I
preparations.
think it goes much deeper than that. It is the very aspect of the game when you are exploring the world. There are almost no disturbing images or corpses or bodies that are lying around in the environment, showing you what true horrors have taken place before you made it to this area. The townspeople also don't seem to exhibit any amount of stress or fear or psychosis about the unimaginable happening right around them with a demonic invasion. And in turn, it makes the events that are happening seem rather benign
I don't like it here
and
anymore.
dull by comparison.
Soon, love. Just close your eyes.
In the previous games, there were characters who were stark, raving lunatics because of the horrors that they themselves saw firsthand and experienced, and it was portrayed masterfully.
So, Marius, at last I find you.
Tyrael, yes. Yes, now I recognize you. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. There.
Thunder fell, thank you. They stab, then bite, then they're all around you. Liar, liar! They're all dead, dead. You hear me? They just keep falling and falling. The blood's spilling out all over the floor. All his fault.
But the failures don't just end here.
Are you gonna
It
help him?
continues to go deeper. Diablo 3 failed to stay true to the previous title's overarching themes of good being corrupted, the hero failing, and the knowledge that no matter what you do, evil still triumphs over good. Or even
Not enough mana.
in the first game, you fail to save a single person. The king is still dead after being driven mad by Diablo's failed possession. The once good Archbishop Lazarus has become a servant of hell and sacrificed many of the townsfolk to the demons, as well as the king's son, who he has allowed to become the physical body for Diablo, and allowed Diablo to possess the boy. And ultimately, after you finally triumph and kill Diablo, you plunge the soul stone deep into your own forehead, ultimately giving Diablo a stronger physical form to possess. And later you learn that this was all part of his machinations in order to gain a stronger host. Thus ends the story of Diablo 1. And as we move into Diablo 2, we are now pursuing our former hero from the first game, who has become corrupted and a vessel for Diablo while he wrestles with the demonic possession, slowly succumbing to it and losing his humanity. And while we pursue him, we are always just one step behind, just a little too late to actually stop him from whatever ends he is seeking. He is able to free Baal from the tombs and to reunite with Mephisto and reopen the gates of hell. And then in our own attempt at redemption for having failed to stop him, we blindly follow him into hell in order to enact retribution, only to learn that this was all part of their plan all along, because this gave Baal the opportunity that he needed to gain access to the World Stone in order to corrupt the World Stone, which was their ultimate end goal the entire time. So at every point in the story, we failed. We even failed to save the small town of Tristram. We come to learn that it's been overrun by demons, and everyone has been slain with the exception of Deckard Cain. And now we have failed the entire world and allowed the prime evils to corrupt the World Stone, which was the only thing separating our world from the demonic plane, thus allowing hell to merge with the human realm of existence. Or when you are dealing with beings that have thousands of years, millennia, to create their plans, how can a mere mortal hope to stop them from coming to fruition? But it does not matter, because humanity has no choice but to try. And this is where the events of Diablo 2 and Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction leave off after a cataclysmic event when Tyrael decides that the only possible hope is through destroying the World Stone after it has been corrupted by Baal. And now we are to the point of the story for Diablo 3. let's quickly recap the dumpster fire. Excuse me, I mean overall story of Diablo 3, and then we'll touch on some of the finer details. Act 1, go! Deckard Cain, the franchise's most beloved and iconic character that serves as a guide from game to game, gets killed by a purple butterfly. Sarah Kerrigan, excuse me, I mean Leah goes Super Saiyan. Tyrael inexplicably becomes a black man. Even Leah's face palming. You kill the big bad and save the day. Yay! Act 2, now. There's this annoying little kid, and it's so blatantly obvious that he's Belial that you think that he probably isn't Belial because it's so obvious, but it turns out that he actually is Belial, and it's so obvious that you wonder how could this qualify as professional level writing and story development. More ridiculous now to place monologuing ensues by the Master of 1,000 Schemes and the Lord of Lies. Once again, you kill the big bad and save the day. Hooray!
There goes our savior.
Act 3, now with lava. You kill the big bad and prevent hell from spilling over into the mortal plane. Great job! You trap all the evils of hell into one gigantic black soulstone. What could possibly go wrong?
It's done!
It most definitely is not done.
Adrian,
Oh no, plot twist.
When did you decide to betray us?
Your true father was Diablo.
I don't remember that. This is getting really weird. Sarah Kerrigan gets infested. I mean, Leah is possessed by Diablo. The Queen of Blades is finally revealed. Just kidding, it's Diablo. Diablo suffers a critical reactor failure and goes into meltdown. Any day now. And you stopped all the bad guys, you saved the day, hooray! Or did you? This guy wants to kill all of humanity and takes the Black Soulstone for himself. This guy gets Raiders of the Lost Ark. Sweet. You know, I'm really starting to get sick of that Nephilim shit. After phase 1 of the fight, he chops up the Black Soulstone and takes all 7 evils into himself, clearly becoming the most powerful being in existence in the universe. Surely you don't stand a chance. Oh, I hate this game so much! Finally, you have defeated all of the evils in Sanctuary. All 7 are dead, and now Malthael, who has consumed all 7 within himself, is also dead. Surely you have finally put them to rest.
Malthael's death will have released Diablo. He is free.
Are you kidding me? Alright, where's that soulstone at? I just can't take any more of this.
The Soul Stone burns with hellfire as an eerie red glow blurs your vision. Fresh blood flows into your eyes, and you begin to hear the tormented whispers of the damned. You have done what you knew must be done. The essence of Diablo is contained. For now. You pray that you have become strong enough to contain the demon and keep him at bay. Although you have been fortified by your quest, you can still feel him, clawing his way up from the dark recesses of your soul. Fighting to retain control, your thoughts turn toward the ancient mystic lands of the Far East. Perhaps there, beyond the desolate wastes of Aranok, you will find an answer. Or perhaps salvation.